Welcome to your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Tuesday, December the 4th. So glad you could join us. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Troubling findings emerged as the report of the Public Accounts Committee is laid in Parliament today. The 2013 to 2018 report laid by Christchurch South MP Ralph Thorne raises concerns that former government ministers failed to follow proper procedure for granting National Housing Corporation contracts, among other things, at the statutory body. Thorne was adamant that the Miamodi administration must restore order to public life in Barbados.
This report is but a small parcel of the abundant evidence against the last government. Again, I say this in the hearing and the presence of the Leader of the Opposition. Never again must this House descend into the abyss of impropriety as committed by the last government. This is a shameful time. That was a shameful time when an opposition of the Barbados Labour Party was frustrated in its attempt to bring propriety into the public life of Barbados and to bring propriety and to bring impropriety to the notice of the Speaker of this House.
Current chairman of the Public Accounts Committee, opposition leader Bishop Joseph Atherley, not only expressed concern about the findings of the report, but he demanded that those culpable of any wrongdoing should be brought to justice.
We want to know who is going to pay the price to get, who's going to pay the price for getting us into this mess in the first place, and what that price is going to be. Barbadians do not want lip service on that issue. Barbadians do not want grandstanding on that issue. The question is a serious one. We know who has to pay the price to get us out of this mess. Who is going to pay the price for getting us into it, and what price will that be? And in a sense, the contents of this report revolve around that issue.
Outspoken Tourism Minister Kerry Simmons blasted the former Democratic Labour Party administration for its handling of the country's economic affairs.
The committee recommended, and I quote, that further action be taken by the appropriate organs of the government of Barbados by way of investigation, with a view to making further recommendations where appropriate and, if necessary, for the instituting of criminal and or civil proceedings against any individual whose conduct has caused the Crown, that is the government and the people, has caused the Crown to suffer any loss. That was the recommendation of the committee. So that when in January or February of this year, a motley crew used this side of the well of the House to block and to obstruct the process of the Labour Party opposition, Mr. Speaker, sir, they did not do so with the interests of the people at heart. They did so because this is the type of action that was supposed to be suppressed and repressed and to cause the people of Barbados to be oppressed. And I am saying respectfully, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, that now the die has been cast. And it is for this government to ensure that these recommendations contained herein are seen to have the light of day.
In other news this Tuesday, the Barbados Workers' Union and management of the state-owned Barbados Water Authority are set to hold emergency talks this week amid reports that retrenched workers cannot claim unemployment benefits. Speaking at the press conference earlier today, the BWU's former General Secretary, Sir Roy Trotman, revealed that unemployment contributions may not have been deducted from the wages of some workers, and he said workers cannot be faulted for this.
Some of the displaced workers who were at the Barbados Water Authority have worked in the private sector before, and having done their qualification period of a year, have benefited from unemployment provisions before now. Such workers, unless they have been advised differently by the employer, and the employer is the Barbados Water Authority, cannot be faulted, so we support them for expecting their unemployment premiums, that their unemployment premiums were being deducted, and that they should go ahead and register for unemployment benefits.
Police are continuing investigations into an armed robbery that occurred at Fairwinds Lane, Southern Heights, Christchurch, around 1:30 this morning. Police say two men, one armed with a knife and the other with what appeared to be a gun, entered the residence of Ronald Catlin and stole a gun, ammunition, and $1,000. Police are asking anyone with information that could assist in the investigations to contact the Oistins Police Station at 418-2612, Crime Stoppers at 1-800-8477, Police Emergency at 211, or the nearest police station. In sports now, selectors have opted for Rovman Powell to lead West Indies in their three-match one-day international series against Bangladesh starting next weekend. Regular captain Jason Holder will miss the series as he continues to recover from injury, which also ruled him out of the recent Test series. The 15-man squad sees the return of Darren Bravo and Carlos Brathwaite, but is without the likes of key players such as Chris Gale, Evan Lewis, Andre Russell, and Sunil Narain.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Welcome back with news from the region now. By 2025, Guyana could be producing well over 750,000 barrels of oil per day. This announcement comes as ExxonMobil makes its 10th oil discovery offshore Guyana. More in this report from HGTV News.
ExxonMobil is very excited to have its 10th discovery offshore Guyana, the Pluma 1 well. Speaking to reporters on Monday, ExxonMobil's country manager, Rod Henson, said that the well encountered about 121 feet of hydrocarbon-bearing sandstone.
This well is about 17 miles south of the Turbo discovery.
The discovery, Henson related, adds to the potential that will help Guyanese investors to have the confidence to make capital investments.
To take some risks so that they can take advantage of these opportunities. If you have, just one project and one small amount of work, you may not feel confident to make some investments to take full advantage.
The discovery is expected to increase value to the country. Henson was also questioned on the costs of production per barrel that ExxonMobil was using.
Well, these investments are multi-decade investments. So we evaluate our opportunities over a full range of prices, because over the next 20 to 30 years, the price of crude is going to change quite a bit. So we evaluate over, we perform multiple sensitivities on cost and price.
The latest discovery now increases the estimated recoverable resource for the Stabroek block to more than 5 billion oil equivalent barrels.
And on the international front, British Prime Minister Theresa May has bowed to demands to publish the final and full legal advice on her Brexit deal after suffering a humiliating Commons defeat. The Prime Minister caved in moments after MPs decided her ministers were in contempt of Parliament for withholding the information. It was one of the three Commons defeats for May's government today. The defeats come as the Prime Minister kicked off a 5-day debate in the Commons on her Brexit deal. And that's news and sports. But for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. And sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals as well as Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Now you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic evening.